I knew that I would always love Alaska Young, my crooked neighbor, with all my crooked heart. I got back to room 43 and sat down at the computer and I wrote my way out of the labyrinth. Before I got here, I thought for a long time that the way out of the labyrinth was to pretend that it didn't exist, to build a small, self-sufficient world in a back corner of the endless maze and just to pretend that I wasn't lost, but that I was home. But that only led to a lonely life, accompanied only by the last words of the already dead. So I came here, to the creek, looking for a grave perhaps, and for real friends, and a more than minor life. And then I screwed up, and the colonel screwed up, and Takumi screwed up, and she slipped through our fingers, And there's no sugarcoating it. She deserved better friends. When she fucked up, all those years ago, just a little girl terrified, she just collapsed. And I could have done that, but I saw where it led for her. She died, and so basically I still believe in the great perhaps, and I can believe in it in spite of having lost her. Because I will forget her, yes. That which came together will fall apart slowly, and I will forget. But she will forgive my forgetting, just as I forgive her for forgetting me, and the colonel, and everyone but herself and her mom in those last moments she spent as a person. I know now that she forgives me for being dumb and scared and doing the dumb and scared thing. I know she forgives me, just as her mother forgives her. And here's how I know. I thought at first that she was just dead, just darkness, just a body being eaten by bugs. I thought about her a lot like that, as someone's meal. What was her? Green eyes, half a smirk. Soft curves of her legs would soon just be nothing, just the bones I never saw. I thought about the slow process of becoming bone and then fossil and then cold that will in millions of years be mined by humans of the future, and how they would heat their homes with her, and she would just be smoke billowing out of the smokestack, coating the atmosphere. I still think of her sometimes like that maybe the afterlife, as they call it, is just something that we made up to ease the pain of loss, to make our time in the labyrinth bearable. Maybe she was just matter, and matter gets recycled. But ultimately, I do not believe that she was only matter. The rest of her must be recycled too. I believe now that we are greater than the sum of our parts. If you take Alaska's genetic code and you add her life experiences and the relationships that she had with people, and then you take the size and shape of her body, you don't get her. There's something else entirely. There's a part of her greater than the sum of her noble parts. And that part has to go somewhere because it can't be destroyed. Although no one will ever accuse me of being much of a science student, one thing I learned from science classes is that energy is never created and never destroyed. And if Alaska took her own life and committed suicide, that is the hope I wish I could have given her. Forgetting her mother, failing her mother and her friends and herself, those are awful things, but she did not need to fold herself and self-destruct. Those awful things are survivable, because we are as indestructible as we believe ourselves to be. When adults say teenagers think they're invincible, with that sly, stupid smile on their faces, they don't know how right they are. We need never be hopeless because we can never be irreparably broken. We think that we are invincible because we are. We cannot be born and we cannot die, like all energy. We can only change shapes and sizes and manifestations. They forget that when they get old. They get scared of losing and failing, but that part of us, greater than the sum of our parts, our personality, our soul, cannot begin and cannot end, and so it cannot fail. So I know she forgives me, just as I forgive her. Thomas Edison's last words were very beautiful over there. I don't know where there is, but I know it's somewhere. Hope it's beautiful. Hope Alaska is there right now and staring down at me with those big, beautiful green eyes.